right, I'm in the Holiday Hills tournament. I'm in Wednesday's qualifying round. I didn't have time yesterday, so today's the day. It's always when you wait until the last minute if you're going to qualify on Wednesday. The competition can get tough for people who have been practicing, and if you have any fatal errors, you have no recovery day. So if you wait until the last day, it can be risky. Minimum score in this tournament we're looking for is minus 14. So most tournaments you can start off with like the minus 12. We're looking for eagles on the par fives, birdies on the par fours, birdies on the par threes, and then you can work from there to pick stuff up. But there's two of the par fours in this, hole number 3 and hole number 8, that we absolutely, positively have to pick up every single time we have to get an eagle on them. So we really need to be aiming towards the minus 14. Now, what I'm seeing in a lot of brackets is that people are shooting minus 13, and they're not missing 3 and 8. They're missing 6 and 9. So those two par fives, people are having problems with them. So if you can go out and just shoot the minimum minus 12, excuse me. Wow, that felt good. Just shoot the minus 12, get those eagles on those par fives, and then pick up those two eagles on 3 and 8 and get this minus 14. You're going to be really nicely done come in the weekend round for tiebreakers. So if you can come in with a minus 14, minus 28 coming into the weekend round, that's the goal here. So today's goal is minus 14. With these lower level accounts in my 99, or T4 clubs, not mid-level T4 clubs, there's a few of the holes that are a little bit difficult. Hole number 8 is a little tricky to get that eagle. You got to go work it. Some of the par 5s, especially hole number 9, is a little bit tricky depending on what ball you want to bring out. So let's get at it. Hole number 1 is going to be Nordic Fords. It's going to be hole number 2. Now, I like this hole, but it's playing a little different. I'm not sure if it's the wind in this tournament or what, but there is a little bit of a funnel out there. And with lower level clubs, it's really hard because you just don't have any ball guide. You can't see where you're going to go. And there are spots out there. You hit one spot and your ball guide runs through, and you move it over just a micro hair, and then it's short. And you can't tell with lower developed clubs because your ball guide's not giving you any kind of read. So I'm just going to aim at it and hope for the best. Let's go to let's go to my bag here. I'm going to take a Viper and a Navigator. Viper and a Nav, just to kind of cut the wind down just a little. See how much these are. To buy individuals if I want to use any Kingmakers. Hole number 1, Viper and a Nav. See how it goes on these particular holes. The ball guide with lower developed stuff is the killer. So I mean, if you've got lower developed stuff, my recommendation to you would be is that, when you first start playing, or if you've been playing for a long time and you haven't had a lot of success in the tournaments, you're not getting into the top 20s, top 10s, top 10 every week, every time there's a tournament. The goal is that you have to be cognizant of what the minimum score is, and you start there. Don't go, hey, I'm trying to win this. If you're consistently in the top 60, your whole goal is to get your game down so that you're in the top 20 every week. And a lot of times the difference between 15th place and first place is 2 shots. Try and run it up there. So it's 3.2. It's 1.9 per ring. So that leaves me 1.3. So we're somewhere in the ring and 2/3, somewhere in that neighborhood. Hitting it great to the left. Yesterday everything was great to the right. Today everything's going to be great to the left. Is that how we're playing this? Hitting the pole. Little too much speed. Just a little too much. You have really, when you've got lower developed stuff, you have no way of knowing that you have too much speed on there because you have no ball guide. I know if you watch my videos on a regular basis, you know, the only difference between lower developed clubs and upper developed clubs is ball guide. I mean, all the rest of that stuff that you get as your clubs go up is great, but the ball guide is the biggest thing that you're lacking with low developed clubs. For me, if the lower developed clubs had better ball guide and better accuracy, there's no problem playing with lower developed clubs. A lot of people are, you beat me because you got better clubs. No. A lot of times you do have better looks if you've got better clubs, but you still have to know how to shoot the shots. All right, I gave back to the community. Spreading the wealth. All right, that was hole number 1. So that hole is very hole in oneable, but it's going to be difficult if you've got lower developed stuff just because of ball guide. So you're going to have to, and it's not so much the trajectory, it's the speed, getting your speed down on there, finding a spot. I'll go back and look at that video. I've been just kind of winging some of these par 3s because I don't have ball guide. And what I'll do is I'll go back and watch the video and see where I set up. And then on that one, I can add, a little bit of backspin on it to slow it down to get it to be pin high. So you have the benefit when you're watching the video, you can go back and pause it and see like where the ring sets were. Was there a marker? Was one of my, the white ring off on a transitional area, or where was my ring set? And then you can adjust that shot from there. All right, that was hole number 1 of the Holiday Hills tournament and Wednesday's qualifying round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.